Hola Gerardo, ¿cómo estás? Espero que bien. So I just really want to touch on pronunciation because we have a couple little things going on. So I just thought maybe a video would be good. I'm sorry, I'm weird. It's hard to figure out where to put this, so it'll move around a little bit. But I want to talk about how we pronounce vowels. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. The vowels will never sound different than that. In English, our vowels make many sounds, but in Spanish, it's always A, E, I, O, U. So when you have a word like this, a Q-U, which in English we'd say like queen, we do a qua sound, questions. In Spanish, it's just going to be que, like this. It's really that sound, que, ¿verdad? Entonces no es qui, que. So in this word, pelaje, pelaje. Vacas de carne, carne. A-E-I-O-U, carne. And then this one's we'll come back to I, but boom, so it's words like this will just sound out every vowel the same, A-E-I-O-U, puntiagudos, puntiagudos. And with I, if it were just H-A, well, since our H is always silent in Spanish, this would just be A. But looky, we've added this Y at the end. Y in Spanish is pronounced just like the E, A-E-I-O-U, so it goes ay, 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 ¿verdad? Ay, hay becerros, hay vacas de carne, hay vacas de leche. Las vacas tienen los cuernos puntiagudos. Other words that I notice we're having a little issue with is if your word starts with a G, it's going to make the G sound. Ganado, granja, ganado, granja. And then finally, I hear you using lo and la, trying to say like it has, or maybe he has, or she has. But let's stay away from lo, las, lo, la. That's a direct object pronoun. What that it means like um, him, her, it, them. That's what that means. And in Spanish, it's placed right before the verb. So I think you're probably hearing it a lot if you're dealing with Spanish speakers because it is used quite a bit. As much as we use, we give them the vaccines at, whatever time, or we need to give the calf IV liquids or something like that, and then we give it the IV liquids, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to, in English and in any language, we use those direct objects. And what direct object means is it's the entity that receives the action of the verb. So if you're vaccinating cattle, we vaccinate them. They are the direct object because they receive the action of the verb, the vaccinating itself. But we're not there yet. Let's not jump there because it's actually kind of tricky. To get used to using in Spanish. So please try to avoid using lo or la as the subject of your sentence. The subject of the sentence does the action of the verb, right? So I vaccinate, yo vacuno, right? Or the calf, the becerro is in the corral. El becerro está en el corral. Or I can say, él está en the corral. I'm sorry, you can't really see this very well, but that's he or she, él or ella. So, yo is I. Tu informal is an informal way of referring to you. We do that with our friends and with people we know well, have worked with often. We'll use that tu. Usted, I'm sure you know this, but just to go over it quickly, usted is the you formal. It's a formal way of addressing people that we don't know. Are in the workplace, it's common to use usted form as a sign of respect. Él, ella, he or she Even if it comes to the becerros, which we might use it in English, we don't have an it in Spanish. So it'll be él or ella, or if we want to say them, ellos or ellas. Ella is a group of female um, animals, nouns, whatever. You know, every noun has a gender in Spanish, but las becerras en la lechería, they're feminine, right? So we would be using ellas or ellos if there is a masculine entity in the group. If there's one male thing, then they're all ellos. That's how that works. And then ustedes is y'all. We've got rid of that in English, but it's actually, you know, you plural. So you can think of it as you all, ustedes, yo, tú, usted, él, ella, ellos, ellas, y ustedes, and then we is nosotros. But my point with this guy is we want to avoid using that la or lo as the subject. It is not the subject. Using like lo está en el corral, a phrase like this. Like lo está en el corral, that means him is in the corral, right? Her is in the corral, them is in the corral. It's like it's a mistake. It's not a subject pronoun, it's a direct object pronoun. Um, anyway, please let me know if you have questions. I am happy to answer. And let me know if you get my comments, because I hope you do. And I hope you're doing very well. Muchas gracias. The evaluation is very nice. I'm just hearing some pronunciation issues, and I'm hearing that lo and la appearing into our sentences that just have one subject and one verb. We've not yet really gotten into objects, so let's try to not do that. It's a very common mistake as we learn Spanish to do that, but let's remember yo, tú, él, ella, ellos, ellas, usted, ustedes, nosotros. Those are our subjects. Lo and la can never be the subject. They are never the doer of the verb, and they cannot take that place. It's confusing to hear. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the class, and like I said, your presentation is good. It's definitely very good, but we got to pay attention to pronunciation and that lo la deal, right? So that's my spiel. Adios. Hope you're doing well. Bye.